Hi everyone. Do you hear me?
Good evening,
Yes,
yes,
ma'am.
madam.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So,
yes, madam.
yeah. So how many will come today? Will be online today? Est-ce que je n'envoie un petit message pour vous venir online? Moi, trouvé à 10. Combien il y en a dans votre classe, vous êtes? How many students? How many learners is in your class? Are you aware about that? No?
Pas vraiment.
Pas vraiment. Okay, no worries. So I will record this session. Let me start. It's 7 o'clock. It's 3 past 7 o'clock. Okay, we start, and then if we have any question or any queries about this unit, others, if they want to have some clarification, they can send me an email, right? So today I will start recording. So today we are going to do unit 3, and unit 3 is all about theories on aging. And theories on aging is very important because you must know about the theories, and it is examinable. Like you can get a question on theories on aging, but in brief, there will be two type of theories on aging, and we will go all through these theories, right? So unit 3, I will not concentrate on the biological one, and as we have 6 unit in the manual, I'm going to do unit 3 today and part of unit 4, right? So let's start with unit 3. And unit 3, theories on aging. As I said in the first session, theories change because of different environment, because of different evolution, innovation, and everything. And theories, people add on theories, people, researchers, when they have the democratic change and time, you will see how new theories emerge, right? So theories of aging have been fundamental in laying down the foundation for research in gerontology. You know what is gerontology? It's the scientific study of old age, the process of aging, and the particular problems of old people, right? Gerontology is all about elderly. So with time and demographic change, as I said, a number of assumptions of the theory have changed and new ones have evolved. When you will be revising and you will be seeing, because you're in your last semester, I think, no, it's your last semester, you have gone through the theories, and you have seen, you have in almost all the module you have theories. So you may have noticed that it changes. If in year 1920 there is one theory, the theory has been reviewed. And this is why when you do your PhD, people come forward with new theories. Say if you have a model on disability, right? We have a theory on disability in the 90s. In the 20s, theorist has carried research, and they come forward with new theories. So it evolved according to the environment, the new situation, the number of disability, types of disability. There are many things, but when you do your research, when you take the sample population, etc., and etc. So theories contain statements that describe existing knowledge, okay, and may contain prediction which are based on interpretation of established knowledge, right? So I think you are doing your dissertation, okay? So what are we doing when we are doing our dissertation? We are going to add knowledge to the existing knowledge. That's why we do literature review, right? When we do literature review, it's like a desk review. It's a secondary data, right? And that's why when we do our research, right, if new things emerge, then we say we are going to add to the existing knowledge. So when you are doing the justification of your dissertation, I'm telling you about why theory. So when you're going to do justification or the scope of your dissertation, you must write that this research will add to the existing knowledge of elderly, right? And what you will do with the new theories that will emerge, right? So theories on aging is all about new ones and about research, right? So aging have been studied from different perspectives and using different methodology, and hence there is no single coherent theory. Like you people, you are doing dissertation on elderly. It can be elderly in residential care home. It can be like assessing the well-being. It can be those living in the home setting, or people what is the successful aging. So you see from different perspective, and maybe you are using, some of you are using qualitative, others quantitative, SPS, so many ways of doing a research. So that is why when we study from different perspective, and when the questions are different, you will have different theories. The theories of aging can be separated into two categories, right? Two categories. Though that answer, why do we age? The why, fair. And how do we age, right? And how do we age? So theories that are validated can guide both gerontology and geriatric social workers in helping elderly people. We have gone through geriatric and gerontological social workers. So several theories of aging have been developed over time, right? You will see psychosocial theories, right? This is relating to the interrelation of social factors, okay? Social factors and individual thought and behavior, the psychosocial care of patients, and we have the physiological, that is the biological. In the introduction, we did the social and biological, right? So psychosocial and biological theories. Biological is about deterioration of your body, your hair, it's become gray, you have wrinkles. So these are biological. But social theories, psychosocial is theories about relation, about your work, about your environment, what you are doing, right? So biological theories relating to the way in which a living organism or bodily parts function, slow down your body's physiological response to anger by breathing deeply, right? So these are the two theories. So in these two theories, you will see you have each theory has two areas, and we will go through these two areas. So for psychosocial theories, so psychosocial theory is defined as a focus, you see, on social and psychological aspect leading to successful aging. It emphasizes on change in behavior, personality, and attitude as people age. Okay? Eski enakiken kin liesa unitla. Anyone who went through this unit? Guys, please answer. Anyone? Anyone? Raise your hand. Devina? Have you gone through the unit? Do you hear me, guys? Devika?
Oui, madame.
So, who has gone through this unit before the class? No? Pas vraiment? Yes, Brina?
A bit.
Okay, no, ma. Okay. So, I would have asked you what are the partly. So, can you tell me one social theory?
We have
One
the role
social
theory
Yeah.
and then activity theory.
Role theory, activity theory. Okay. And then? Okay. Continuity theory. Right. So it emphasizes on changes in behavior, personality, and attitude as people age. Quand nous venons bien vous autres, nous avons comment nous sens nous manière vivre, right? Et nous avons rôle changé, nous avons activité changée. Parfois, nous faisons nouvelles affaires, continuity. Parfois, nous avons des gens qui sont malades, pas capable de continuer à faire ce qu'ils ont fait. Disengagement theory, right? So aging is a lifelong process which is characterized by transition to personality development and the accompanying challenges associated with various life stages. Chaque stage, vous trouvez un changement de façon de vivre, right? So psychosocial theories argues to how the mental processes, emotions, attitude, motivation, and personality impact to physical and social demand. Also on how the changing roles, relationships, and status within a culture or society impact on the elderly person's ability to adapt, right? So, as I said, psychosocial theory include the sociological theory and the psychological theories. The major activities of these theories are, so you will see first is sociological theories, and then we will have psychological theories. So for social theories, that is, social theories attempt to explain the changing roles at each stages. When you reach 60 years above, when you're old, so it's explained the changing role, relationship status, and generational cohort impact the elderly person ability to adapt, right? So social theories, guys, include, this is important, role theory, activity theory, disengagement theory, exchange theory, continuity theory, age stratification theory, and person environment fit theory. Right. You must know at least 5 of these theories and look for example. So role theory is based on the belief that roles define us and our self-concept and shape our behavior. According to this theory, one performs variety of role over his lifetime, right? So the role provide identity and define the individual as a social being. Some roles are lost and new ones are gained. Can someone give me some roles are lost and new ones are gained? Can I get an example? Role loss. Come.
Oui, madame. Oui, comment point de vue, point de vue individuel?
Oui, bien sûr, parce que
Oui,
nous cause de
oui.
LDI là.
Individuel travaille, il tient officier. Il n'est plus un officier. À celle-là,
Voilà.
ces enfants, ils marient, ils finissent une grand-mère.
Oui, voilà. Parce qu'il commence, occupe la maison, par exemple. Ou bien il peut faire ce jardinage. So some roles are lost and new ones are gained, right? So look for simple example. So when you are developing, like when you're explaining our role theory, put simple example. So socialization process is always ongoing and is not every time fair to elderly. Rousseau, as cited by Human and Kiak, concluded that role loss can lead to an erosion of the social identity and self-esteem. Qui veut dire ça? Role loss can lead to an erosion of the social identity and self-esteem. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Vous pouvez essayer, madame?
Oui, essayez. Au contraire, qu'on peut essayer ou pour connaître s'il y a une faute ou bien pas faute. Others, please intervene. Please interact. OK. Dis-moi, Devika.
Je pense fait comment dire un dimanche officier il y a un autre la façon du monde get li fait comment dire moi tiens PS moi mais du monde get moi une autre manière un autre respect mais du moment qu'il me finit retire moi pas même façon de voir ça du monde ça dit moi je suis un retire personne vient un du monde normal pareil comme tout du monde
Là qui arrive. A very good example, Devika, because I'm in a conference at this point in time, like I'm in a conference, in a 1 week conference with the US Embassy. And I met a lot of people from like Mauritius, because it's all about disaster management. I met lots of people who are over 60. And they are people from very high position, right? And they were telling that, qui peut arrive moi peux commencer à gagner stress à c'est la même parce que c'est a high position. When you're at the highest position and now you will retire, you don't know what you will do. So what will happen to these people when they go back, like they are no longer at the highest position? What will happen to them? They will have low self-esteem, right? As you said, Devika. Quand il y a cette self-esteem, cette social identity, il peut diminuer un peu. Fait comment dire, nous faire la conférence, moi-même, on a la conférence, nous tournons la conférence. Mais quand nous pourrons la case, qui peut arriver? Nous pas pour nous pas pour une social gaz, nous prenons avec nos PS. Mais parfois, il y a une position, comme on dit, PS, c'est un PS qui est fini retire, ou vous trouvez ça un PS là, vous avez un petit affaire qui pour capable promouvoir, right? So role theory is about role loss and new roles are gained. Now, activity theory. This theory states that a person, irrespective of his age, must remain active at all times, and that this activity is the essence of life. It will lead, so when you are doing your activity, you will have satisfaction, right? And you will have a successful aging, right? Comme nous dire, nous devons continuer à faire l'exercice, nous devons continuer à faire nos bonnes activités, nous pas besoin d'assiser, nous pas besoin de sentir nous, comment dire, nous, personnes qui isolées, nous pas besoin d'isoler nous pas besoin de sentir nous-mêmes, nous besoin continuer à faire nos activités, au contraire, nous besoin new roles, new activity qui nous capable de nous busy. So it will lead, when you remain active, it will lead to satisfaction for the person, and thus allow him to lead a more inclusive kind of aging rather than being excluded. Being excluded is all about isolation, right? So you must feel included, integrated, mainstream in the society, right? So physical activity allows the person to maintain its good health. So that's why I was telling you that if you continue, for example, let's take the example of someone, a high post officer or a clerical officer. So when they are 60, when they retire, so you will see many of them go for yoga, for swimming, for other activities. So according to this theory, elderly people are and will be if they are more active, right? Elderly people are and will be, right, if they are more active, right? So there will be their own personality, they will have their self-esteem, their dignity, and they will lead a successful life, and which will lead to a successful aging, right? So Lemon, Benston, and Peterson argue that there is a critics about that. So critics of the theory point out that access to social opportunities and activity are not equally available to all. This is very true, right? Because not everyone can continue with the activity because they do not get the opportunity to do so, right? For example, I don't know if you know, there is an association of Le Club Flamboyant. Who is aware about Le Club Flamboyant? No? Énormément public officers, retired public officers qui forment partie dans ce groupe-là. Et when you see these people, you will see they are traveling to India, they are going to China, so they have the opportunities. But what happened to others who are not a member of this association and they are not aware of this association? So opportunity is access to a social opportunity is not like it's not equal for everyone, right? So moreover, not everyone finds fulfillment in the presence of others or participation in activities, right? So reformulations of this theory suggest that participation in informal activities such as hobbies are what most affect later life satisfaction, right? You see, hobbies. That's why the government has set up the recreational center, the senior citizen club, where people go for picnic, other activities like you will see when you go on the website on the Senior Citizen Council, you will see they have essay competition, they have like drama and so on, right? So however, this theory has some limitation, as not all person age the same way, right? And thus this theory cannot be used as a standard for practice. For example, if someone after 60 he become physically disabled, or if he has dementia, so this theory limits, right? And not as it said, as not all people age the same way. So this is activities theory. So we have role theory, activity theory, and then we have continuity theory. So what is continuity theory? The word itself says continuer, faire ce qu'il ne peut faire. So this theory proposes that the elderly continues to be what he was in the earlier life and continues to the life. And this is a very good example, those working for themselves, self-employed, disons un mécanicien, disons un chauffeur bis, tout ça là, they continue à faire, right? Continuity theory, c'est un farmer, and farmer, il continue cultive semence, légumes, tout ça là. So the continuity theory of aging states that in making adaptive choices, middle-aged and older adults attempt to preserve and maintain existing psychological and social patterns by applying familiar knowledge, skills, and strategies. Nous prenons un morceau en légumes. Est-ce qu'il est retire un morceau en légumes? S'il n'est pas un malade, est-ce que la personne peut retire?
Pas vraiment, non.
Non.
Yeah. Ça même, le ça continue de tirer pour donner satisfaction. George Maddox was the first researcher to come forward with the idea of continuity theory in 1968. You see, as I said, you will see the evolution of the theories. But Robert Ashley is credited with the development of this theory. Ashley, in 1989, argued that continuity theory takes a life course perspective in which the aging process is shaped by history, culture, and social construct, the way we live, right? The way we are given the opportunity, right? The elderly makes specific choices to maintain consistency in internal personality structure, belief, and external structure relationships, remaining active and involved throughout their elder years. I take my example, right? So you maintain consistency in internal. I can do lecture, I can attend workshop, I can provide training to the new ones. So I maintain consistency. External structure, I like to talk to people, right? So remaining active and involved throughout their elders' years. So this is continuity theory. You continue to do what you were doing, or you can add on new things and you continue to live, right? Continuity theory. You are not isolated, right? Then we have disengagement theory, right? So disengagement theory is one of the oldest theories put forth and was originally posited around the 1950s. You see, 1950s is about disengagement. Qui fait? Parce que longtemps, tu n'as pas eu opportunité. Après, dans 1968, nous avons une continuity theory, right? So, in 1950, because at that time, as I said, people were not given the opportunity to continue. Patiena ban astela senjimun maladesi. Tellement nous ena ban innovation, nous ena ban medical facilities, et nous ena wheelchair, nous ena tout ban facilité accessibility, nous ena ban bon médicaments, nous ena ban homes. Mais comme ça, nous ka continuer nous la vie. Right? Nous comprimons, nous continuons la vie. But at that time, in the 1950s, according to disengagement theories, aging is an inevitable, as we know now. Mutual withdrawal or disengagement, resulting in decreased interaction between the aging person and others in the social system he belongs to. It therefore argues that the elderly, I'm not telling you that we don't have people who disengage in this era. We do have. But in the 1950s, when the research was carried out, they saw that there are many people who disengage themselves when they become old. So it therefore argues that the elderly, unfortunately, start to give up with activities or social life, disengage from any way of contact and interaction, and become withdrawn from society. Okay, so disengagement theory, where it will lead when you disengage and when you withdraw from society, what will happen? What will happen? I'll visit.
There will be isolation.
Yeah, then? And then,
Emma?
Emma, what will happen if someone withdraw from society? Okay, Ashna? Yes, Devika? Go ahead.
The person won't be updated on what is happening in the society.
Yes, and then what will happen? He will be mentally. Okay, continue. Feel lonely.
Lonely, might be depressed.
Yeah, Rina, very good. Loneliness, mental problems. Yes. You know, dementia, when you read, we will read about dementia. I think it's will be in the last unit. You will see dementia can happen when people withdraw themselves from depression.
It is a mental problem, ma'am.
Yeah, it happened. Yeah, when you withdraw, you're isolated. You don't talk to people. It can it can affect your mental, right? So disengagement may occur due to the decline in the physical function. Sometimes when you're physically disabled, you can't do things that you used to perform, or like, say for example, a farmer. Si il gagne un handicap physique, est-ce qu'il pourra continuer à faire ce travail? Non. Some disengagement may occur due to decline in the physical function, right? So the limitation, like the critics, the limitation of this theory, among others, are that it does not address the severe distress experienced by those elderly forced to withdraw from social contract, right? And does not account for psychological adjustment to aging, quality of life, and role loss, right? Pareil, comment nous causons, nous disons role loss, qu'on a role loss, in isolation, disengagement, etc. Right? So this is disengagement theory. So now, tell me, what are the 4 theories we went through? First one. Allez, vous autres.
Role theory.
Role theory, activity,
Yeah, role. Yeah, and
continuity.
yeah. Continuity. And then the fourth one is? What is the fourth one? It's on your screen, guys. It's disengagement theory. Right? So you see, role theory, activity theory, disengagement theory, and continuity theory. Right? Donc, vous avez un acronyme, vous êtes. Je ne vais pas vous dire qui acronyme, parce que chacun, il a fait un acronyme pour lui. Si, disons, moi, tu peux le composer, moi, tu peux faire ROD. Or, non, RCA. Right? RCA. Ça veut dire role, continuity, activity. Pour l'examen, parce que, comment nous dire, nous read with chunks. So, pour l'examen, moi, tu vas rappeler ça. Right? So, comment on dit, you have to know 5 of them well, right? So, role theory, activity theories, continuity theories, and disengagement theory. Now, let's see social exchange theory. Social exchange theory proposes that social behavior and interaction among individuals are a result of an exchange process. This perspective suggests that the relationship between individuals is generated by the pursuit of rewards and benefits and the avoidance of cost and punishment. Right? So exchange, comment nous échange, exchange theory, social exchange theory veut dire en deux personnes, right? So according to this theory, people weigh the potential benefit and the risk of the social relationship. Qui m'a pas gagné avec sa personne-là? Qui fait mon risque de moi aussi? Qui fait mon besoin de ni aussi? Okay, so social exchange theory. When the risk outweigh the reward, they will terminate or abandon the relationship. So most relationships are made up of a certain amount of give and take, but this does not mean that they are always equal. Social exchange suggests that it is the valuing of the benefits and costs of each relationship that determine whether or not we choose to continue a social association. Right. So, c'est ben vieux du monde la même pour guetter, est-ce qu'il m'a continuer reste avec mon enfant? right? Est-ce qu'il est profitable pour me rester? Ou soit, plutôt moi reste dans un home, quand moi prends mon ban pièce, right? Ou soit non, moi mon comme pour rester quand mon chifi, moi pas pour rester quand mon garçon. These are questions that some elderly people ask themselves, right? So social exchange theory is all about social behavior and interaction among individuals and as a result of the exchange process. Then we have age stratification theory, right? So Little and McGiven indicate that age stratification, age stratification was it? What is age stratification? Age stratification. I am waiting. Waiting with it, Ali?
Categorizing.
Sorry?
Categorizing the age.
Yeah. Like 60s, 1, 65, 1, 70, the group of 70, the group of 65, the group of 60, the group of 62. So it's very stratified by age, just as they are stratified by race, class, and gender. The value of a person, the status or prestige in society is determined by the age and ascribed rather than an achieved characteristic. Because age serves as a basis of social control. That's why we say 60 ans, 60 ans, il finit vieux, right? Il peut retire. Different age groups have varying access to social resources, such as political and economic power, right? So within societies, behavioral age norms, including norms about roles and appropriate behavior, dictate what members of age cohorts may reasonably do. Age stratification theory is not only for elderly. It can be for everyone, right? You stratify like 40 ans, 50 ans, 60 ans, là nous dire what it is. So for example, it might be considered deviant for an elderly woman to wear a bikini because it violates norm denying the sexuality of older female. Tout le monde dit, ça go vieux là, comment comment l'habiller. So the stratified is dire vieux du monde 60 ans pas besoin faire. Right? So these norms are specific to each age strata, developing from culturally based ideas and how people should act according to their age. And then we have person-environment fit theory. What is person-environment fit theory? You have been doing this, I think, in unit in module Nature and History of Social Work. You have been doing it in, I think, social work practice. So what is person-environment fit theory? Allez, Vinesh, what is person-environment fit theory? It's a bit like what theory, guys? Kema?
C'est comme dans chaque environnement, une personne doit être d'une certaine façon.
It's just like the system theory. Those
Yes.
interaction with one's own environment and everyone. It's like holistic, like each one, all those who are connected with us, that person, right? Okay, so this is person-environment. It says person-environment fit theory, right? So Lawton state that person-environment fit theory propose that the capacity to function in one's environment is an important aspect of successful aging, and that function is affected by ego strengths, motor skill, biological health, cognitive capacity, and sensor perceptual capacity as well as external condition imposed by the environment. What it says, Kisanaka, explique-moi qui dit là. What it says. Okay, I will choose Hasina. Can you explain to me? Nous pouvons besoin connaître le level of, c'est-à-dire là, les feeders sur l'environnement, d'après ce, un skill sur la santé. Est-ce qu'il mentally bon ou bien les correct, et aussi pour, ça c'est sur un internal factors, and then, external condition. Est-ce que c'est la case correcte? Est-ce que c'est enfants peuvent get bien? So person environment fit is all about, as I said, the environment, the surrounding of that person. So functional capacity. So functional capacity therefore influences and all the others' ability to adapt to his or her environment. Si sur la santé, bon, il est capable interact avec l'environnement bien, right? So the person-environment fit approach suggests that the degree of compatibility between an individual and a work environment, for example, influences the individual's attitude, behavior, and employment outcome, right? Si il peut fit dans l'environnement là, si ce ban camarade, man attitude envers sa man du monde là, so man behaviors, right? Là, ça vous montrer combien, quel degré il peut fit là-bas et comment il peut age bien, right? So this framework and review relevant literature is applied to understand how individuals fit. Ici, the example, fit their job, a co-worker, the work group, and the organization as a function of their age, okay? And the ensuing consequences of this fit. Bien simple ça, right? So in the environment, how the person is aging, whether il peut age bien ou bien il peut age bien. Si il peut age bien, ça veut dire il peut capable d'interagir avec son camarade. Nous pouvons prendre l'exemple dans le travail. Il peut capable d'interagir avec ce travail. Il peut capable faire, il peut adapter lui avec new technology, right? Et il va age bien quand il va être capable d'adapter avec l'environnement. Give me 1 minute, please. Any question so far? Any question? Any question? Is it clear? Raise your hand. Okay. Only one? Okay. All right. I continue. Now, as I said, the psychosocial theory is all about social theory and psychological theories. This is two. So psychological theories explain aging in terms of mental processes, emotion, motivation, attitude, and personality development. Psychology visit personality development that is characterized by life stage transition. It is about the effect of cognitive, social, and personality development. Some of these are. So human needs. Is it called human needs? Human needs, guys? Qui s'en a-t-il développe human needs?
Maslow.
C'est pour te cracher de sa mère.
Maslow, yeah. So Maslow hierarchy of human needs theory Yes, Lisica. So Maslow hierarchy of human needs theory developed in 1954 suggests that each individual have an innate internal hierarchy of need that motivates all human behaviors. It depicted as a pyramid, and the ideal is to achieve self-actualization after having met all the lower level needs successfully. Right? So theory of human needs developed by Maslow state that the five, there is 5 level, right? So this theory explains that self-actualized person display high levels of all the following characteristics. Ça veut dire quand on achieve, quand on finit self-actualize, on finit gagne basic need, on finit gagne belongingness, on finit gagne self-esteem, là quand on arrive on the top, on the peak, the Jauki and Jimun will display high level of all characteristics of our perception of reality, acceptance of self, others, and nature. Right? Comment dire, comment satisfait, pour accepter, right? It's problem-solving ability, self-direction, detachment, and the desire for primacy. Freshness of peak experiences, identification with older beings, satisfying and changing relationship with other people, a democratic character structure, creativity, and a sense of value, right? So human needs is one of the psychological theory, right? Quand nous finissons on the peak, quand nous toujours en bas, nous avons une certaine satisfaction. Alors, deuxième level, nous avons une autre qualité de satisfaction. Mais quand nous arrivons self-actualization, nous connaissons after, nous finissons faire tout, nous happy, nous pour capable, comment dire, nous avons self-direction, nous pouvons solver le problème. So this is psychological. Et c'est ça, comment nous dire, pour arriver à the peak of the hierarchy, nous besoin mentally all right, nous besoin physically all right, nous besoin continuer, nous avons un role theory positive, right? Everything be positive. Pas tout le monde qui est capable. Maintenant, we have biological theories on aging, right? So we did psychosocial theory. Now we are going to go through biological theory, but I'm not going to go too much on these theories because this is all about biological theories, but it's good to know what are the biological theories. So stochastic theories, the stochastic theory or statistical perspective identify episodic events that happen throughout one's life that cause random cell damage and accumulate over time, thus resulting in aging. Ça, c'est ça biological theory. Parce que biological theory is all about nous ban bones, nous ban cells, nous ban organs, nous ban cheveux, nails, all these things. So this theory suggests that aging is the result of accumulation of random changes that negatively affect biological system. So aging could be the result of the accumulation of toxic byproducts, damage due to nuclear radiation, entropy, or other gradual deteriorative process, right? So this is all about biology and free radicals. So one of the theory of biological theory is the free radical theory. So the free radical theory, which was first introduced by Dr. Gerstmann in 1954, but was developed by Dr. Denham Harman, proposed that superoxide and other free radicals cause damage to the macromolecular components of the cell, giving rise to accumulated damage, causing cells and eventually organs to stop functioning. Free radical, nous gagnons dans l'air, nous gagnons dans le monde, mais free radical, ça même qui, in simple word, dit affecter nos cells, right? Et qui, avec nos organes, et qui impede dans nos functions, right? So, Macromolecules such as nucleic acid, lipid, sugars, and protein are susceptible to free radical attack. Nucleic acid can get additional base or sugar group, break in a single and double strand fashion in the backbone and cross-link to other molecules, right? So you will see we have free radical theory, we have cross-error theory, right? You go and read on error theory. We have wear and tear. So the wear and tear theory developed by Wilson suggests that the organism simply wear and tear out over time. Parikma and pièce d'un autre in a wear and tears, right? Parikma and human body, you see. Cells and tissues have vital parts that wear out, resulting in aging, like components of an aging car. Parts of the body eventually wear out from repeated use, killing them and then the body. So the wear and tear theory of aging was first introduced by Dr. August Westman and a German biologist in 1882. It sounds perfectly reasonable to many people even today, because this is what happened to most familiar things around them. You see, research was carried in 1882 et à cela, en réalité de la vie, ça, parce que vous trouvez une wear and tear. Then we have cross-link theory. The clinic subject cross-link theory, a chemical bond between different chains or atoms in a polymer or other complex molecule. Man molecule in a cross-link, right? Well, pareil comme nous changes aucun collagen. The changes lead to loss of elasticity in blood vessel, skin, muscles, skin and other organs, right? So these are some of the non-stochastic theories. It's about program longevity theory, right? And we have gene theory, biological theory, and then we have neuroendocrine theory, right? This one, and immunological theory. The human immune system is programmed to decline over time, which leads to an increased vulnerability to infectious diseases and thus age and death, right? And then we have all this sensory aging, right? So like eyesight, it's an example. It's an eyesight. There are multiple ways that aging affects our eyes comfort. The two most important factors are the deterioration in the ability to focus on close-up objects and the requirement for increased level of illumination to see, right? So eyesight is not like when you're 45, you have, I think it's 35 now, you have to go and see an optician with regard to your eyes. Hearing, age-related hearing loss affect, vous trouvez beaucoup de monde in a problème écoute. À cause de ça, vous pouvez trouver que ministère de la Sécurité sociale, those who are working at the Social Security, à cause de ça, pour faciliter ça, vieux du monde, gouvernement donne d'autres spectacles, donne d'autres hearing aids. Touch, parce que the sense of touch includes the ability to perceive pressure, temperature, pain, and vibration, right? And the sensitivity of all of these abilities can start to decrease from the age of 50. Touch, to say to ça là. Smell, the ability to distinguish smell decline with age, right? As we age the taste, as we age, the number of our taste buds declines. Ça nous dit, longtemps pas de caramels morgos, c'est mon peu caramels morgos. So these are the things. And as you mentioned, longtemps de caramels pima, c'est la mort après caramels pima. That is because the number of our taste buds declines. Oral, right? Aging of mouth can result in the creation of less saliva, which can in turn affect the quality of speech. Right? The gums can start to recede and the tooth enamel become discolored. À cause de ça, comment vieux du monde, vous trouvez autres les dents qui commencent à tomber parce qu'ils devaient détacher, so oral. So eyesight, hearing, touch, smell, taste, and oral or sensory aging. And in terms of physical aging, these are sensory touch, sensory aging. Nous avons dexterity, right? Nous avons flexibility, muscle strength, weight and body size, digestion, right? Pareil, comment nous dire, nous manquons flexibilité, nous stiff, nous pas capable, nous avons loss of muscle function, et nous interprétons ça l'appelle maigri, nous l'appelle grossi. All these are physical aging and digestion. And we also have hair, skin, menopause, nutrition, urinary incontinence, sexual, and all these things. So you have to go and read. So in conclusion of Unit 3, we have seen that aging is multidimensional, and it has been explained by multiple theoretical perspectives. Aging has been studied from different perspectives. That's why we have different theories. And from the above mentioned theories, it can be determined that aging is a complex phenomenon. Theories of aging come from two main perspectives. The first one is psychosocial, and the other one is physiological or biological perspective. Most of the biological theories identify is all about genes, very often referred to as heredity. Several changes happen with aging in the older adults, as we mentioned about the hair, skin, so menopause, sexual and digestion, flexibility, muscle strength, weight, and body size. Okay, now, any question? Any question? Any clarification? I'll leave it. Okay. One said no, and others? Okay, raise hand si je ne comprends pas. Yes. Right. Yeah. Okay. So majority says yes. Okay, now if you say yes, now, okay. Axel, can you tell me about the social theories? Give me two, only two. Then I will others. Two theories.
Role theories.
Yeah.
J'aimerais savoir, Daniel.
Activity theory.
Mais comment rivaliser avec l'armée privée de Novak?
Anusha, give me two others. Okay, Anusha is not, maybe the device.
Continuity
Yes.
theory.
Yeah.
Excuse me for the noise.
No, it's okay.
Good.
It's okay. I'm taking your
Yes,
time,
continuity.
your family time. Yeah.
Yes, continuity theory and disengagement theory.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Devika, give me two.
Age stratification theory
Yeah.
and person environment fit theory.
Okay. And anyone want to add? And what is psychological theory?
T'as repris la muscu? Ouais, le coup de bistouri pour le foie, c'était.
Psychological theory. Very good. Sorry. Rina. So this is social theory, Rina, exchange theory. Yeah, SOBA, it's human needs. If you're asked to give example, if you're asked to write on social theory, don't put human needs. Human needs is psychological theory, right? Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? Okay, good.
Yes, madam.
Yeah. So now let's start. Let me stop sharing this. And then let's share file. Unit 4. So unit 4 is all about aging and health. La santé vous êtes, right? So it's a very important, health is a very important element or factor when we talk about elderly people, right? So World Health Organization said that health is a state of complete. It's not only for elderly, it's for everyone. Health is a state of complete physical, social, and mental well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. The enjoyment of the highest attainable standard of health is one of the fundamental rights of every human being, right? Without distinction of race, religion, political beliefs, or economic and social condition, right? So you see, this is a definition of health, right? So elderly population tend to have, as you know, as we have been going through since unit 1, tends to have a higher prevalence of chronic disease, physical disabilities, mental illness, and other comorbidities. Why? Tell me. We just went through it in unit 3. Given you get chronic disease, physical disability, mental illness, and other comorbidities. Allez-vous autres. Nous pouvons faire révision unit 3 là. Qui fait? Given a higher prevalence of chronic disease.
Immunological theory comme immunological theory vient dedans.
Biological theory vient dedans. Right. Par exemple, nous prenons un simple. Un exemple simple. Une théorie simple qui nous élabore là.
Mental dementia?
Non, théorie nous peut causer. Nous connaissons chronic disease, nous sommes capables de gagner dementia. Mon Dieu, qui fait les lead to higher prevalence of chronic disease quand on vient un elderly? Parce que nous avons wear and tear. Non? À cause de ça, non? Nous avons wear and tear.
Due to cell damage, madam.
Sorry?
According to stochastic and radical theory, cell damage, molecular issues and all.
Yeah, very good. So that's why. Okay, quand nous venons, nous avons radicals, nous avons winter, nous avons genetic problems, nous avons tout quelques problèmes biologiques. À cause de ça qui, parfois nous finissons, ça, pas parfois, nous avons chronic disease, physical disabilities, mental illness, and l'autre maladie. So the health needs and health-related problems of elderly people cannot be viewed in isolation. So a wide gamut of determinants such as social concern, children moving out of their parents' home in search of occupation, leaving them isolated without any physical support in daily activities, maltreatment towards elderly, poor knowledge and awareness about the risk factors, food and nutritional requirement, psycho-emotional concern like isolation, mental stress, difficulty in keeping themselves occupied, dementia, financial constraint can lead to depression, development mental problem, definite reduction in income upon retirement to the extent that it may interfere with bare needs of life as adequate nutrition, clothing and shelter, healthcare system factors accessibility. Most countries lack effective health insurance system for elderly coupled with accessibility concern and inadequacies in the government healthcare system. And physical correlates determine the medical problem and thus cause a significant impact on the quality of life of the elderly. So you see, all these things have impact on the health of the elderly person, right? Nous avons l'impact là. Et health est extra important à cause de ça qui quand tout ce qui peut faire dissertation le elderly, nous avons un integrated health policy pour ban elderly, right? Et aussi, si nous guettons bien, ban elderly de Maurice est bien gâté. Parce qu'il comparé avec when you go in African countries, when you go in the sub-Saharan countries, you will see how elderly people are like they are not treated well, in terms of they are not given the pension, universal pension, and things like that, right? But there is one thing in many sub-Saharan countries, famille, je dire qu'ils ont une curse si je pas pour garder vieux du monde dans la case. Alors, it's a must for them to take care of the elderly, right, in the home setting. Pas beaucoup residential care home là-bas, right, dans un suburb, dans Zambie, dans Mozambique, dans Botswana. Vous trouvez qui ça va du monde là, dans Kenya, ok, vous trouvez qui ça va vieux du monde là, puis reste avec les enfants, si les enfants in pass away à cause comment ça s'appelle avec HIV and AIDS, ou bien par exemple dans Uganda un conflit, tout ça là, je reste avec les petits enfants. So you will see there is like comment ça s'appelle ça, je paie curse, je dis pour gagner curse si ça vient du là, je peux chercher depuis dans la case. Je tiens un commitment envers vieille personne, right? And the Madrid International Plan of Action, which we did in first unit, is one of the key priorities of the Madrid International Plan of Action on Aging. And aging research showed that the overwhelming burden of disease in older person is from non-communicable disease. Heart disease, stroke, and chronic lung disease are the biggest killer. Je connais, nous, à Maurice, pourcentage non-communicable disease. Est-ce qu'il est highly low? Est-ce qu'il est highly low?
High.
Qui fait? Very high.
Nos modes de vie.
Mode de vie, oui. Et, par exemple, mode de vie?
Ne pas manger sainement. Manque d'activité.
Ouais. Manque d'activité. Et encore? Qui fait nous gagner tension, hypertension? Que nous gagnons hypertension? Avec beaucoup de monde stressé. Hypertension, stress, Rina well said. Avec stress. Beaucoup de monde gagne tension avec, il y a des gens qui disent pas manger ça, pas manger l'autre. Il y a des gens qui mangent tout, ils ne gagnent rien. Il y a des gens qui pas manger, juste les stressés, tout monter. Ce diabète, ce tension, ce cholestérol. So stress is not, that's why we say mental stress of elderly people lead to a number of disease, hereditary. Yeah, it can be hereditary. Yeah, good, Devika. So visual and hearing impairment, dementia, and osteoarthritis are the main causes of disability. When people age, they may experience several health problems at the same time. who 2012 argued that it is not just the physical and environmental conditions in which people live which affect their health, right? Pas de seulement l'environnement là, tout ça là. The psychosocial factors such as the social network, social status, and individual lifestyle work alongside economic and environmental factors in determining health. All these factors interact with each other. There is both an inverse and converse relationship between the determinants of health, right? So you will see this illustration. Okay, there is no illustration, but you will see in your manual there is an illustration about this paragraph. So you will see in so older people's right to health. You can go. I have given you all these resolution, right? Hold on. So the right to health is in the global agenda, right? And it is widely recognized as international, regional, and national level. They are in the priority list. So states have committed to ensuring that health facilities, goods and services are available, accessible, affordable, acceptable, and of good quality for everyone, right? At every stage of their life. This includes in old age and at the end of life, right? So you can go if you have time. I know you people are, you have your work, you have family. So yes, Lilette, you raise your hand. Anything you want to add? Marie-Lilette? No, so can you just... Okay, no worries. So you can go through all these resolutions and you will see how discussion has been made around older people. So the United Nations Principle for Older Person, Section 11, stipulates that older persons should have access to healthcare to help them to maintain or regain the optimum level of physical, mental, and emotional well-being, and to prevent or delay the onset of illness. So access to healthcare is very important. And also, like we said, like in Mauritius, accessibility to healthcare is more or less, we have like home visit now for those who are bedridden. We have doctors visiting these elderly person and providing the medications. And you can see in villages or nearby, like you can see health centers, you can see community centers. So they are very near to these people. So at least they can get the first treatment in this hospital. They can go for the NCDs and for other medical issues, right? Health issues. So there are two main models of aging, right? Of health, right? There is medical model. So under the medical model, deviation form the pattern of accepted behavior, which Durkheim refers to as conscience collective, is regarded as a form of sickness. Ça veut dire elderly, surrogately depuis medical model, déjà ça vieux, health, vieux. Okay? So it is developed à cause du vieux, ça veut dire qu'il ça côté médical, right? It is developed in the 18th century during the Age of Enlightenment, when the traditional natural science began to dominate academia and medical practice, right? It was believed that science could cure all illness, and disease has remained a core element of modern medicine. This concept of health may be easier to understand as it makes health an attribute you can measure simply by determining if a disease is present or not, right? Medical model, right? So, however, the strong emphasis on the absence of disease as an indicator of good health, and the overdependence on the influence of medical science in health ignores the power of other important influence, right? Medical model, qui concerne malade, disease, médecine, tout ça. Mais il y a un autre facteur qui nous dit ça, social model. The social model of health, l'autre là c'est medical model of health. The social model of health consider a broader range of factors that influence health and well-being, for example, environmental, economic, social, and cultural. So it is well documented that both stress and low self-esteem can have a negative impact on health, right? Low self-esteem, c'est pas médical, right? So the and ça fait social ça. So low level of autonomy, for example, low levels of autonomy and low self-esteem are likely to relate to worse health, right? Social. So this model focuses on preventing the trigger off of the problem by means of improving patient environment. Right? So l'environnement. Nous pouvons donner médicaments sur l'environnement qui nous sont usés, thereby minimizing and removing the pressure that precipitate the breakdown. Pareil comment quand tu fais age care, dans Unit 2, nous faisons age care, nous avons sa social model là, que nous donne social support, nous cause avec nous cause avec relatives, tout ça, social model, nous occupe l'environnement, improve the environment of the elderly, of the patients, right? So the common diseases and conditions faced by elderly, right? So older age is also characterized by the emergence of several complex health states that tend to occur only later in life and that do not fall into discrete disease category. These are commonly called geriatric syndrome. You remember I said geriatric and gerontology. Geriatrics is all about la santé, l'hôpital. And gerontology is all about social education, socialization, education, talking to people. Is it okay? Is it clear, guys? Is it clear? So most commonly encountered medical condition in seniors based on organ. Parce que nous cause la santé, vous êtes. Ce qui nous dit la santé est important pour un elderly. Si nous provide with with necessary health, access, donner good access to health, right? Du monde là, les capable, si les malades aussi, les pour capable manage, ok? Nous trouvons que la santé en elderly qui capable d'être par des modèles. Un c'est medical model, quand nous cause this malade, nous pouvons dire malade, nous pouvons curer ça, mais aussi il y a social model, qui social model, il dit qui, oui, nous capable d'improve la santé sa personne là, pas que pour médecine, mais aussi pour donner un conducive environment. Right? Give a conducive environment, a happy environment, donner tout ce qui est bizarre dans l'environnement, là, les prenez un bon la santé. Right. Maintenant, ici, nous veut dire il y a tout un problème qui est capable de du monde gagner. Nous gagnons musculo-skeletal, ok? Ban inflammation dans joints, nous disons ça osteoporosis, osteoporosis, nous avons fait comme ça, bone loss, good loss of muscle, nous avons hormonal, comme nous connaissons, diabetes, impaired control of blood glucose, menopause, thyroid dysfunction, high blood cholesterol, slower overall metabolism, neurological, comme nous avons dementia, Alzheimer, Parkinson's, stroke, poor vision, hearing impairment, nous avons visual, right? Nous avons glaucoma, nous avons cataracte, diabète and hypertension, nous avons cardiovasculaire, nous connaissons heart attack, congestive heart failure, irregular heart rate, nous avons lung, nous avons loss of lung volume, nous avons chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Nous avons aussi kidneys pour kidney function, right? Skin and hair, nous avons hair loss, dry skin, itching, infection, cancers, nous avons prostate, colon, nous avons bone marrow and immune system, gastrointestinal, right? Nous avons stomach ulcer, nous avons colon inflammation or colitis, nous avons aussi urinary urgency ou bien difficulty in urinating, nous avons oral and dental, right? Infection, right? Nous avons psychiatric, depression, anxiety, nous avons general problem comme fatigue, tout ça. So these are things that ban vieux du monde et na ban jeune aussi gagné, mais les plus d'urban vieux du monde, right? And now let's see elderly and mental illness. So elderly and mental illness, Mueller-Eckhart state that mental health problems are as common in older adults as they are in younger adults and are associated with considerable individual suffering, suicide, higher use of health and social care services, and poorer outcomes for physical illness. Research indicates that mental health is not something an individual achieves in isolation from society. It is a discrimination, right? It is a discrimination against the elderly person and the little roles and support provided to them that contribute to their mental health. Loneliness is thus not a mental health problem, but it can contribute to depression. So lack of resources, love and support can create anxiety and depression, but once they are provided with the necessary resources and support, anxiety may be resolved. One of the most common mental health disorders regarding elderly person is dementia, right? Pareil comment si quelqu'un in perdi elderly in perdi son partenaire, si sa partenaire là il tombe dans la dépression parce qu'il se close depuis combien de temps, se marié, se t'amène une bonne la vie, ben si se pas provide sa personne là avec necessary support, right? Li alver dépression, right? Li capable lead to mental health disorders, right? Et il y a plusieurs, nous connaissons Alzheimer, nous avons dementia. Et il y a deux exemples, moi, pour donner. Nous, vieux du monde, nous pas capables trop quitter alone, right? Quand nous quittons alone, nous peine pour, nous pas causer avec du monde, et ça can lead to dementia. Parce que quand nous causons avec du monde, vieux du monde, quand nous interact, ou soit ça même nous dire que la personne besoin jouer sudoku, les besoin jouer crossword, tout ça là qui fait parce qu'il est engagé sur mental puis encore travail, right? À cause ça nous dire que nous besoin faire une continuité, nous faire du monde, à cause ça gouvernement il crée ça un recreational center, que ça man vie du monde aller, zut enjoy, zut have fun, zut jouer et un senior citizen club. Et du monde qui fréquente ça club là, capable pour gagner, they're less likely to go through mental health disorders at acute level. All right. So what is dementia? Dementia Duan argued that dementia is a devastating disease that places a significant physical, emotional, and financial burden on patients, their caregivers, and society. The cause of most dementia is unknown, but dementia causes problems with thinking, memory, and reasoning. It happens when the parts of the brain used for learning, used for learning, memory, decision making, and language are damaged or diseased, right? So it is not a specific disease, but a number of diseases may cause dementia. Alzheimer's disease is the most common form of dementia, right? So what are the causes of dementia? So most common causes are degenerative neurological disease. This includes Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's diseases, Huntington disease, and some types of multiple sclerosis. These diseases get worse over time. We also have vascular disorders. These are disorders that affect the blood circulation in your brain. Because of this, you can have dementia. Traumatic brain injuries caused by a car accident, force concussions. Infection of the central nervous system. This includes meningitis, HIV, and other. So long-term alcohol or drug use, certain types of hydrocephalus, a buildup of fluid in the brain, right? So these are the common cause of dementia, right? And what are the signs and symptoms? Is the cognitive changes. Quand on a repeat, et quand on oublié, right? So cognitive changes. Ou soit des rappels qui si parfois il y a une personne qui sebelum finit par savoir, mais les fils qui viennent fait mourir, right? So cognitive changes, memory loss. Like my memory loss, which is usually noticed by a spouse or someone else. Difficulty communicating or finding words. Difficulty reasoning or problem solving. Difficulty handling complex tasks. Difficulty in with planning and organizing. Difficulty with coordination and motor function, confusion and disorientation. So how we can prevent this to happen, right? So the prevention is all about, theorists argue that as the cause of most illness that cause dementia is not known. It is difficult to prevent, right? But Mayo Clinic indicate that there is no sure way to prevent dementia, but there are steps one can take that might help. The following may be beneficial. Keep your mind active, be physically and socially active, quit smoking, get enough vitamins D, lower your blood pressure, and maintain a healthy diet. As I said, you have to keep your mind active, be physically and socially active, like join a senior citizen club, right? So there is no like un remède pour prevent dementia. So the challenges to government to respond to the growing numbers of persons with dementia are substantial, right? It is argued that due to the change in the population demography, in many developing countries, there will be fewer family members available to provide care to the elders in the coming decades. This indicates that the main areas of action are increased awareness and understanding of dementia. Parce que nous avons une vraie solution, nous devons create awareness and understanding of dementia. Nous devons dire à une personne, voilà, these are the symptoms. Right? Symptom. So strengthen health and social system and services to tackle the growing burden. Je vais donner un exemple parce que sa personne qui m'a causé là, toute sa famille a travail. je mets un carer pour Gately, et là, nous pouvons enfin, mon camarade là, peut un daycare center pour sa personne-là, parce que je toujours peur qui, comment dire, si la dame qui peut surveiller, les capacités à faire une petite chose, bonne femme qui a sorti de haut. Mais si nous dans l'environnement clôturé, côté d'un docteur, côté d'un ça, un daycare center, right? Mais nous trouvons, pas un daycare center, nous avons un seul care home qui se trouve dans le nord. Enfin, c'est qui moi, me connais, hein? Un care home, mais il est un petit peu loin parce qu'il va dans l'Est pour aller sa famille là tous les jours, il est un petit peu loin. À cause de ça, je mets un carer. So we have to increase awareness and understanding of dementia, strengthen health and social system and services to tackle the growing burden, enhance support and services for dementia caregivers and the family, and increase the priority given to dementia in the public health research, right? So these are the things that we can do, like we can do sensitization campaign. Est-ce que nous avons assez sensitization campaign le dementia? Je ne pense pas que nous avons. Alors, nous, social worker, ceux qui occupent elderly, social security, je pense que je besoin partout où soit quand je paye un senior citizen club, senior citizen council, les besoin commencent à faire ça education, sensitization and education and providing information to this elderly group, right? Or to the family also. So what we do, we have to advocate. So elderly suffering from dementia cannot stand for themselves. Speech impediment, memory loss, mental and physical deterioration, and the inevitable isolation make it impossible for them to protect their welfare. So the roles and responsibility of professional and care providers are to advocate and protect the elderly suffering from dementia, right? So they should provide or they should promote safe and healthy aging through programs designed to facilitate independent living, physical well-being, and greater social interaction. We have to advocate for these people in terms of providing them adequate and necessary health facilities, right? You will see there is an example of how there has been prevention and control of health program of elderly, what necessitate a multifaceted approach incorporating active collaboration of health and social welfare. So you will see what is needed, right? So you can go through this proposal made by Srivastava and Art when they carried out the research, and these were the recommendations and how to deal, right? So for example, they say other measures such as improvement in the health knowledge of the elderly about potential risk, right? Strong political commitment and social action are imperative for the effective implementation of customized policy at the grassroots level, right? So go and read this slide, right? So what is the role of geriatrics social worker? Because we are talking about health issues. So what is the role of geriatric social worker? So geriatric social workers play a variety of roles in the healthcare setting. They often form parts of the interdisciplinary healthcare teams in outpatient client. Social workers often demonstrate and apply a complex skill set that complement other treatment providers and enhance coordination of patient care. You see, in Mauritius, I think we lack these geriatric social workers, but in other countries, you will see they form the team. They work together with the health practitioners, right? So social worker or direct care provider, they advocates, patient advocates, and liaison with other geriatric team members, right? So you will see there is Kathleen Rosalfeld. She talks about the roles of geriatric social workers. So the diversity, patient advocacy, and adherence to ethical standard. So you have to be, you have to know, you have to go, when you are a geriatric social worker, you have to be within, you have to work in an ethical manner, adhere to the ethical standard of practice. So social workers often set the stage for open communication in a patient-centered atmosphere. Caregivers are recognized as an integral part of the treatment team. You see, I said treatment team, and encouraged to share their viewpoints on patient needs and problem area. Social workers often use their skills to establish trust and build rapport, conduct in-depth, meaningful assessment, and provide brief solution-focused counseling, sensitivity to cultural and closely aligned with standard of medical professional. This is one. Second one, the another aspect is social worker services involve counseling with caregivers, educating them. As we say, we have to educate people about dementia, on health issue, and providing ongoing support as they face challenges in caring for example, I said, for a person who has dementia. This is most often done in a clinic, although it's sometimes scheduled on a different day to allow caregivers to come alone, right? So geriatrician, nurse practitioners, and nurses often rely on, they rely on social workers to reduce barriers to patient care and facilitate achievement of patient care plan. You remember we did one of the scope of social worker in elderly care was about care plan. You remember in Unit 2. So social workers provide links to community resources for transportation, financial assistance, housing relocation, and companion seater services to match need for changing level of care. So in addition, and we have the fourth one, social worker encourage open line communication with the healthcare team. So model a proactive interdisciplinary team approach to problem solving. Also, they guide family members as they struggle with caregiver challenges, as we are having, me and my friend, we are facing challenges with one of our auntie with regard to dementia. So facilitate advanced care planning. Don't know how to do care planning. I don't think in Maurice we have this advanced care planning. Provide brief emotional support counseling as issues of patient well-being and safety arise, and promote coordination of family members' role. So you see the role of geriatric social workers, right? So go and read and see if you can assimilate all the different roles that geriatric social workers play when they are dealing in a health environment, in how they are providing, what they are doing, how they are mediating between the family and the hospital, the care plan, and so on, right? And there is others, right? I will go through other roles. So social worker also reinforce healthcare team recommendation with patients and family members. As I said, some geriatric programs include community outreach. So social workers are part of interdisciplinary healthcare teams, which include physicians, as I said earlier. So they form this team. So as educators, social workers are present not only in the clinic and the community, but also in the classroom. So social workers are mentors for medical students, right? And the social worker often model for students who observe them interviewing patients. Social worker also assists with didactics through classroom presentation to medical students, right? And as the need for medical social worker increases, consistent with a rising percentage. So there is a rise in medical social workers and also about geriatric social workers. Okay, is it clear on role of geriatric social workers, guys? Any question? Any comment? Is it clear? Is it clear, guys? So any question? Because I don't want to go through elderly and disability and elderly abuse and neglect, because these two are like very important, right? So let's discuss a bit about your assignment. I will stop recording. Right. So assignment, guys. Demain dernier jour, no? Or is it over? Assignment, guys. Mon recevoir 19. Yeah, I know I got 9. Others? Et Nadia demain. Demain is the last day, no? The 12th. Okay, no worries. So, okay, now Vinesh already submitted. Right. I've gone only through one, but I will post all the marks. Yeah, Devina. Yes, okay. So, guys, go through these slides of Unit 1, Unit 3, and Unit 1, 2, 3, and 4, and tell me where you are more conversant, because I'm going to prepare exam question next week. So you come forward and you tell me, Madam, we are comfortable with role of geriatric social worker, or the scope of work, or we can define health, the model. So come forward with a few suggestions by next week. Okay. Say, but if the class rep, is it Devina? No, it's not Devina. Hold on. It's Ashna. No? Ashna.
Oui, madame.
Oui, Ashna. Si vous capable, discuss parce que vous avez un chat, no? And group chat and WhatsApp group. Get to ban module là. This flip it, à cause ça mon fini faire jusqu'à Unit 4. Là, vous avez Unit 5 and Unit 6. Unit 6, pas guetté, mais 6, moi peut-être, moi cause Unit 6. So, Unit 5, de fini guetté, the quality of life, ça pour une question. Ça, mon papa bypass, mais get un coup, qui côté vous bien conversant, là, moi pour drafter. Mais c'est le cas, fais-moi gagner by next Wednesday, right? Là, j'ai besoin tout le monde concentré. Enfin, this is between us, but I will see what I can do. This is a way pour moi pour faire revise Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, and Unit 4 for the time being. Then pour capable dire non, qui pour capable, qui difficile, qui m'a besoin de travail ou réexpliquer et tout. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, this is one thing. And okay, so mon groupe dissertation, I'm still waiting your work. Okay, so I think I will stop here if you don't mind. I know it's 8:45, right? So any question before I close? Any question? No? Fatigué? Fatigué vous êtes? Or tired? Sans une comprendre, sans pas une comprendre. OK. Jadivika.
Oui, non,
Right,
je comprends, mais peut-être quand nous pourrons relire, là, peut-être nous pouvons arriver à une question next time.
Mes amis, je ne pas venir avec question.
Non, mais parce qu'il n'est pas encore fini. Nous pas encore fini à 20 units là, mais quand nous commençons à réviser, nous commençons à préparer nos bandes dessus.
De là, il n'est pas pour trop tard, les enfants. Il n'est pas pour trop tard parce que ça le pour là pour finir, aller là, tout un document pour finir, aller. Moi, je dis, lire, que je ne peux pas comprendre, je viens avec une question. Il y a beaucoup de slides. Il y a Unit 1, il y a Unit 2 and 3 and 4, il y a 29 slides. Disons, dans sa 29 slides là, dans sa 58 slides là, capable de bien concentrer. Je pour finir connaître même code pour gagner une question parce que moi, je finis de dire, pas pour gagner biological theory, pour gagner social theory. Alors, si je ne peux pas comprendre quelque chose, je peux dire moi. Et commencement, the scope of ça, et quality of life, tout ça là. Mais commence, at least lire, là, je come forward avec une question. Right? Is it clear, guys? Moi, je donne beaucoup de facilité.
Oui, madame.
Moi, je donne beaucoup de facilité. Moi, j'ai envie d'aider parce que je me connais. Je tenais à dissertation qu'ils peuvent faire. Et puis, mon fait donner un baba pleurer. Qu'est-ce que c'est ce baba? Mon fait donner un petit baba. I don't know. So, je me connais, je tenais un commitment, je tenais des enfants, je tenais la famille, tout ça. Mais I'm giving you the opportunity to take the opportunity, right? And I think I will. It's me. No, mon get baba la, Anusha. I want to see the baby. No, don't tell sorry. I want to see the baby. Okay. Send me a picture, Anusha, if you don't mind. And I think I will stop here. Okay, so good night, and I will see you for the fourth session. I think it will be on the same day. I'll schedule, right? And if you have any queries, any things, Ashna, please tell me what you can. If you don't want me to know who is telling what, qui je pas pu comprendre, non, rien, je capable envoyer Ashna. Ashna capable envoyer la liste qui la liste qui slide je pas comprendre. Et là, je go through it. Okay, so guys, bye and see you on the next session. Hope you enjoy this session. Bye.
Bye,
Yes, madam.
madam. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye, madam.
Bye.
Bye.